What is up, everybody? I'm the Retro Nerd, and welcome to another episode of Retro Night. And this time around, we are playing... Grab the wrong game. Final Fantasy Legend 2, even though the fucking title screen just popped up for me, too. I could have just read it off of there. So, we are playing a Final Fantasy Legends 2 game. Final Fantasy Legends 2. Legend 2. I keep saying Legends. It's just... with so many movies with legends and stuff like that, it's just implemented in your head to add an S to legend. So this Final Fantasy game is pretty much just like your basic Final Fantasy games, except for when it comes to the battling. The battling reminds me a lot of Dragon Warrior, the way the monsters are displayed and everything as well. Because I believe this game was not actually a Final Fantasy game. I believe it was actually something else. So let's get down to it. Alright, Final Fantasy Legend 2. Originally called in Japan Saga 2 The Treasure Legend. Is technically the second game of their Saga series. It's not even a Final Fantasy game. It was only rebranded as Final Fantasy for the English version, which came out here in North America. So, by all accounts, it is not a Final Fantasy game. It is actually part of the Saga series. So, we are playing, like I said, Final Fantasy Legend 2, or we can call it Saga 2, The Treasure Legend, whichever one you guys want to call it. But yeah, I kind of figured that's what was up. That's why I was seeing like Dragon Warrior battle screens and stuff. I'm like, why does it look like Dragon Warrior? And nothing like Final Fantasy, where the original Final Fantasies, your characters were on one side, and then all the enemy characters are on another side, and you just, go at it, take turns hitting each other, like all Final Fantasy games. So pretty much the main story of this game is your father leaves you with one of the Magi called Prism, and years later, he's still gone and he has not come back, so you decide going out looking for him. Mom agrees to it, just like in all games. Your mom agrees to it because, well, she's always left by herself. It's probably because she's banging one of the professors or something in the town. So you go out looking for them. You also get to choose some party members that you want. Well, at least they're types. You don't get to choose the way the party members look or anything like that. And you're supposed to go out and look for the other 77 Magi. It's not magic. It's Magi or Magi, whatever you want to call it. There's just no C at the end, so I'm just going to say Magi. You're looking for the Magi. And that's all you do in this game besides battle, solve puzzles probably. And, just roam around on the main world in caves and dungeons and stuff like that, just like your typical Final Fantasy game. At least the older style Final Fantasy games. I can't say typical Final Fantasy game anymore, so I just say your typical Saga game, since we found out this is actually part of the Saga series. So, is it a good game? Well, considering it's not a Final Fantasy game, that kind of breaks my heart. Considering it's a Saga game, Saga is also another good JRPG series as well. I can't really say if it's a good game because I have not played all the way through it, so I can't tell you if it's a good game because it's just the standard, Final Fantasy and Saga and Dragon Warrior type of game. You would actually have to play all the way through and see if you actually like the story to consider it a good game. But is it a good game for the Game Boy? Yes, it is an excellent game for the Game Boy because it does have like a save feature and a continue feature where you can continue on from where you last left off. So yeah, it's a good Game Boy game for that. Do I recommend it? Yeah, I recommend it for you RPGers that like these kind of games. So yeah, highly recommend it. Anyways, guys, I've been the Retro Nerd. This has been an episode of Retro Night, and we were playing Final Fantasy Legend 2 for the Game Boy. Retro Nerd out.